Hey guys, this is Namkraft. What's going on? Welcome to the series of Starcraft English commentary. This is going to be Jaedong vs Snow as part of KCM 2025 Season 3 final between Protoss and Zerg. Now the Zerg team is leading 3-2, and I guess the last player for the Protoss side is Snow. But remember, we still have a chance to field the champion. So each race will have a chance to choose a very strong player to carry the weight of the teammates or the fallen comrades on his shoulder and bring them towards victory here. Let's see who is going to be that player. If Snow loses his game, then Protoss will have a chance to field the champion. It might be Bisu, because Bisu is looking like he's the toughest opponent in this entire series. Map is Knockout. This map is very good for Protoss. I don't even know why. I mean, it used to be kind of bad for Protoss, but now looks like Protoss players have figured out there's going to be the map Knockout. And win rates, 52.1% win rate. Very nice. Very, very nice. Snow and Jaedong, what can we say about them? I guess, let me just quickly... Do I have some information for them? Hold on, guys. Hold on. What can I tell you? I think I will be able to actually show you the player card. Let's show you the player card. Do I have Jaedong's player card? Yeah, I have an older version of his player card, that is. So Jaedong's name is Lee Jaedong. Duh. And he is known as a Tyrant. He's born in 1990. He's relatively young compared to players like Bisu and some Stork. He's 177 centimeters tall, and he used to play for Teammate, also Hashung Oz. And now he belongs to University K-Day. He's got a large followers base on Africa TV, well, sort of a little bit of a smaller base on YouTube. He's been in 13 ASLs, not counting the Vant National Star League. And his average ELO scores last year were 1283. This year is 1274, so not particularly very high, Jaedong. His best performance so far has been the semi-final of ASL Season 2, a long time ago. And by contrast, let me just quickly show you Snow. Snow has got a much better record. There is Jang Yun Chul is his name, born in 1993. And 183 centimeters tall. He used to play for CJ Enters now. Back in his old days, he was not so spectacular. He was a very normal player. Kind of boring, to be honest. Nothing great about his playstyle. But he's become such a strong player throughout the years. Now he belongs to University K-Day. And he's got a sizable amount of followers on YouTube. On Africa TV, not so much. And his ELO scores are very nice, very high. He's got a high ASL points ranking as well, 8,300. And his best performance has always been the second place in ASL Season 8. Alright, that's what we have, and maybe let me just remember to turn off these stats after I finish talking about them. Gosh, I forgot about it last game. So Snow is currently ranked number 5 in the ELO ranking, and Jaedong is not in the top 10. He's 1262, a little bit lower. And the win rates in the last 30 days, can we actually confirm that? Jaedong against Protoss is only 31%, and Snow against Zerg is 49%. Alright, there's a Hydra then, so 3 hatch Hydras is what Jaedong is going to be going for. You know, this is fast, simple, and furious. Nothing fancy. On Knockout, if you know already, it's kind of hard to go for high 3 hatch Hydras, but we've seen Zerg players just do it anyways. So we shall see what is going to be the result here. Jaedong is going to try to stop this probe from getting on high ground. Of course, even if it gets on the high ground, I cannot see anything anyways. Behind this, the Hydra then is completed. The first Hydras will start to appear a little bit here, and we're going to be having some, I guess, some Hydralisk upgrade. By the way, what do you upgrade first? Do you upgrade speed or range? I think you upgrade speed because you want to move them as fast as possible across the map, right? Maybe. Anyways, this probe gets surrounded, and Bisu, no, excuse me, not Bisu, Snow loses his probe. He still just had 1 cannon. Snow is playing very, very dangerously here. Alright, the Zerlings have nothing to do. Everything has been completely stopped. On Jaedong's side, Jaedong 400 APM. Snow, of course, is not known for his high APM, only 300. And Hydras are coming across. There's going to be the Stargate with the first Corsair. The second cannon is going to get made. Where is he making it? He's about to make it. He's about to make it or not. I guess he need to make it now. He's waiting to make it. I guess he just want to check with the Zealot first to see any weird stuff. There's the first cannon. There's gonna be a second cannon coming up soon. I think maybe Snow has sniffed out something. Because when the Zerglings don't have speed, that means additional gas is gonna be used for either fast Corsairs or fast Hydras. And with these spawning position, the cannon and the expansion can get made first. That is going to be very, very good. And the Corsair has actually tried to be purposely not spotting those Hydras because he's got some cannons anyway. And more cannons going to get mobbed here. 3 cannons going to be enough. The Zealot needs to hold position. How fast is Snow's reaction? He's kind of pulling out a little bit strange here. The probes are coming through. One of the Hydras is going to get attacked upon. The probes are trying to very much go to work here. The cannons are still alive. And the Hydras, some of the Hydras are on the low ground. Keep that in mind. Anyways, the rest of the forces is gonna get pulled back, and Hydras have seen no opening whatsoever. So Snow has held, and like I told you on this map, knockout, it's very hard to pull out your Hydra bus. It's kind of hard because you are on the low ground, and 2 Corsairs are gonna be quite strong here to really harass those overlords. Do we have a new base? We do have a new base at the 6 o'clock positioned. This gateway will fall. The pressure is not yet over. The cannon need to finish right now. The forge gonna complete. I don't know. The cannons is gonna. Looks like Hydras might decide to dive in now. Looks like Snow has reacted correctly. His next cannon is not yet available. 1 cannon is down, which means that forge will be under siege by the Hydras. Snow is not making additional cannon. He's gonna slowly come out to make additional cannons here. And now on this other map, he needs to pull his Corsairs back. He's not reacting with his Corsair. What is he doing? Come on, Snow. I guess he just want to snipe this Overlord. Now he's going to move back, and he saves most of the units. The fort is gone. That is very unfortunate here. And the Hydra is about to get across this map, and Snow is trying very hard. Need to pull some more probes from the main, man. That pylon's going to get destroyed. And Snow is trying to hold. Snow is not particularly very good with his probe pool for these kind of defensive work. Anyways, additional hatcheries will come up, and yeah, looks like Jaedong is looking very strong. Maybe Snow will cancel one of his cannons. Why not? Because he's blocking the path. He's gonna cancel one of the cannons and go back there. Additional hatchery is gonna come down, and yeah, so I guess the game is gonna reset here. So I guess it's gonna be the time for me to say to you about spoilers. So I am quite serious about not spoiling the video that you're watching. Right, I'm very serious about you guys. Please don't make any comments in the comment section like who has won this game, or Snow is a beast, or Jaedong is so smart. You know, I am very much against it. So don't leave those kind of comments. If you do want to leave those comments, go ahead and type spoiler, enter 4 times. I will hide the rest of the comments down. Or just make some random comments that is funny, witty, so that it gets thumbs up, and the rest of the spoiling comments will go down. So I'm very serious about that. However, I will not promise I won't spoil the result of a past game in a later game. For example, I cast ASL today. Tomorrow I cast some KCM games. I will spoil. I have no obligation to keep those games unspoiled because I expect you to watch the videos in chronological order. Right? And some of you have mentioned that, oh, I want to wait for the Tastosis videos. Come on, then you go somewhere else. Why are you on my channel then? You know? You cannot have the best of both worlds. It's like, oh, for ASL I want to watch Tastosis. For other things I watch Namkraft because there's nothing better to do. Right? Dude, I'm not doing community service for you. This channel is for me and me alone. So if you don't like it, go somewhere else. You know? Don't. And these guys are not even being nice. They're not saying like, oh man, could you try your best to not spoil the videos, please? I mean, they're just assuming that it's my responsibility to keep things unspoiled. Anyways, that also coming across the map from Snow. He need to find an opening. They're gonna attack right into this 6 o'clock. Looks like Snow has got a spider sense. How does he know? How does he know? And Hydras are coming across the map. These Zealots have to walk across the areas as well. This is gonna be so devastating. For Jaedong, he would not have enough to cover both bases at the same time. The Zealot need to go to work on the hatchery, not on the extractor, man. Looks like the rest of the hatchery is going to try to come down, but the hatchery will fall. Very nicely then by Snow. He's going to attack some of the drones inside as well. These Hydras have arrived way too late. Is that a Spire? I think there's Sonnet. Yeah, that is going to be a Spire. And these are going to back up after sniping the hatchery. Very nice in by Snow. Now Snow can know that he needs to make a lot of Corsairs. And looks like Jaedong is not reacting. He's not putting his weak Hydras back. Mozilla's going to try to actually go for some drones. Oh my god, these Zealots are doing some great attack here. Great moving shot, and Jaedong is in tether. Nice attack that kills so many drones. Supply-wise, Snow is leading by about 25 supply. If he actually can kill this extractor, it's even extra money, extra price here. That everything is getting completely wiped out. What is going to be the plan? Do we have some Scourges? Yeah, we do see Scourges, but we don't see Mutas. Will we see Mutas? That is the question. Looks like there's no additional units. Looks like Snow's going to be going to Robo. Interesting, very interesting. And Snow is expanding. He should be not expanding, but he has expanded nonetheless. So I guess that's fine. There's a lot will be on the high ground. Snow's going to try to engage. He's going to have to go on the high ground. The high jump is going to try to come out. And the Zelle need to stop these forces. We have a Dark Templar to slow these guys down. Not bad. Overlords are not here. We don't have any Overlords at all. And there are some Lurkers. Do we have Lurker drop? That is the question. We're seeing some forces. We're seeing some Overlords or maybe some Scourges hiding here on this left flank. And now when our speed is done, Snow is going to try to take a few shots with this Dark Templar, but Lurkers are on the field and cannons are not available. I think Observers will be late. Observer is going to be late. It's going to be some sniper, and that Lurker is going to get stormed. Good storm now. The Lurker pulls back. The Lurker is still alive. There's no attack on that Lurker. That storm is terrible. And cannon's going to get cancelled. One first cannon is down. The second cannon is also down, but I think the Observer should be coming up very soon. Dragoons need to go to work there. One Hunter against sniper, but that Hunter has exhausted its energy anyway, so it's actually not very important. There are additional high templars, and now that Lurker is going to be within reach of the storm. Snow is going to do a great storm. The second storm is to be expected. He storms and he gets one of the Lurkers, and now the rest of the army is gonna be completely evaporated here. We're gonna have Observers coming out, and the cannons are slowly coming up. He will get one of the damaged Lurkers, and looks like Snow is correct here in his assessment to kill that Lurkers. The rest of the Hydras will be on the low ground. They actually try to flank from this left side. Observer might get sniped. The Observer gets sniped, but there is no Lurkers. What is the purpose of sniping the Observers if you actually don't have any Lurkers? And our probes will get transferred, and cannons are slowly coming up. Snow need to spam make cannons, man. He's got so much minerals. Just some, and we have some Zealot moving towards the bottom right. Very nicely done. Snow has got some nice ideas here, but he just overestimated Jaedong. Jaedong actually doesn't have a base up at the bottom right yet. Anyways, very nice hold here for Snow, and Snow is leading by about 40 supplies. So without any surprising results, then we're gonna be having 3-3 score, and it's gonna be Queen versus Snow next, and the champions after that. Yeah, so far Snow is looking that he's in great shape. He might expand. He already expanded towards the 12 o'clock position, because on this map you can easily expand and cover for your back bases because the chokes are so narrow. And Zerg could not, you know, get the large surface area he needs to actually win the games. Anyways, looks like some Overlords are checking the top right, but that Overlord is going to get sniped. Hydras are coming across the map. I think Snow is just going to be waiting for major time to attack here. +1 weapons and +1 armor on the Zealot. Well, I guess these Zealots going to get pushed back, but for the timing, Snow is still holding. He needs to make more cannons, man. He's got so much money. His money count is so high, but now he's going to start to make some cannons. So that's great. Hydras might attack against this base. The Dragoons are actually going to be waiting here. And we already have a Dark Templar coming out. Snow has got everything pretty much covered. I think Jaedong can try to expand towards the bottom right at this point, because he's the one who's got a little bit more map control, a little bit more tempo. But he just saturated his 6 o'clock position. He's not in a position to expand once again. The Dark Templar has seen those Hydras. He gets sniped. And the attack from Jaedong is imminent, but I think it doesn't have enough. Jaedong is flowing. Jaedong's economy is looking very good. He needs to send probes towards the 12 o'clock position though to actually really take advantage of that additional base. And maybe get ready to take another base somewhere else on this map. Snow is expanding very nicely. His forge upgrading. There's the probe transfer. This brand new base is very much available now. A lot of cannons are coming up, and Snow for now it's just holding inside of the map. We are seeing Mission Chamber. We don't see Queen's Nest. We don't see a new base. I guess a new base is going to get planted soon. But for the timing, there's a hatchery, that's right. Snow has felt that he's got everything covered, so it's going to move out with a major army. Hydras have +2 weapons, so that's great. Protoss got +2 armor and +1 weapons. Protoss always want to be ahead in upgrades compared to Zerg. This army from Snow is very scary. He comes to a single course. He just want to check how far along is the Defiler tech. I think that is what he wants to confirm. And once he confirms that, he's gonna just die in peace here, because we do have some Scourges trailing on that Corsair. If it is a Bisu Corsair, that Corsair will be alive to tell the tale, but it's not a Bisu Corsair, just a Snow Corsair. Checking the bottom right as well. All of the information he needs in one sweep, one scoop. Anyways, yeah, there's gonna be Observer just to spot here. And Snow is about to get maxed out. He's not yet engaging in the battle. He's got to be very careful. Hydra's going to try to snipe some Dragoons here. Snow's going to need to engage. He does engage. There's some Hydra's getting trapped in the middle of the map. But looks like Snow is sending some forces towards the top right to expand. Some Zealots are coming there. Looks like these Lurkers are out of position, guys. Right in the middle of the map, those Lurkers will need to actually cancel themselves. The Lurkers get some Storm. The second Storm might get deployed. We are not seeing it just yet. These Lurker eggs are getting attacked by the Dragoons. They're gonna get completely cleared out. There might be another Storm. Zealots are holding their positions here. Where's Observer? There's no Observer. He's playing without Observers. I think he's got only one Observer with the group. It's kind of unfortunate. But now Dragoons are pushing across the map. And as you can still see, there is no Observer. There's no Observer. And we might have a counter-attack though, but I think there's already some forces waiting here, and that is going to be signal for Snow to pull back. The 3 Zealot actually slow down considerably the army from the Zerg side. But now this high ground has got 2 high templars with 3 storms getting ready. 234 out of 3, the 250 energy, man. Insane number of storms getting saved up. And now we're going to be having the Corsair also clearing out the Overlords. Zealot will take out the base at the bottom right, and Snow is winning this game. Nicely done from the semi-finalists of the ASL Season 20. There's the Observer. He cleared the rest of these Hydras, and Snow gets pushed back. The hatchery gets sniped. Very nice in by Snow. Jaedong could not do a thing here. Snow's superior army is just plowing forward. Great job. So yeah, I guess we're gonna be seeing Queen versus Snow next. If you enjoyed this cast so far, once again, coffee would be something you could actually do for me. But otherwise, I wish you have a great weekend ahead. Great upgrades for Snow. 2-2. The bottom right goes to him, and now we are seeing Jaedong double expanding. He's trying to retake his bottom right and also the 4 o'clock positioned. But okay, there's finally Hypetech. So Hypetech might push a little bit more momentum onto Jaedong's advances here, but still his economy is so bad. He doesn't have the gas he needs to actually win this kind of battles. And Snow, if we actually expand and go for a Reaver tech, it will be not such a bad idea. You can see that Snow is taking the top right as well. And he doesn't have to use any money to make any forces because he's almost maxed out. He's actually saving his money. He doesn't want to actually use the rest of his, production queue for this. He just want to wait to see what is the army composition that he needs to actually make next. Anyways, great storm. Jaedong is doing not a bad job to try to surround Snow here, but at the last minute, Dragoons will clear out the rest of the Lurker. Need to back up and wait for the support of the Zealot. Greatly done. That Archon is going to be buying some time here. Jaedong is mounting a very nice army that reinforces here and sniping 2 high templars. He pushes Snow back. Snow is on the retreat, guys. But keep in mind that behind this, Snow has got 5 bases, and each base has got a crap tons of cannons. So whatever Jaedong has planted, it will not work. He's traded well, and our supply deficit has narrowed down to just 30 supply. But you can look at this, man. This brand new base has got so many cannons, so many Zealot, and +3 armors and +2 weapons. So strong. Jaedong will waste a lot of Zerg blood try to break across that bridge. He's getting ready. The Zealot have seeded. The attack against the 12 o'clock position could be good, but there are high templars everywhere. And this blue hatchery gets sniped. So unfortunately, the Zealot will start to attack. Hatchery's going to try to come out. Zealot get on the high ground, and Probe's getting transferred towards the top right. And now Snow has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. And Jaedong's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Jaedong's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jaedong might have 7 bases soon. That's great. That's great. So this game could still go on. Technically, there's the final amount. There's the final amount. There's going to be a storm. Snow is not paying attention to his high templars. He's going to get at least 2 high templars sniped. There it is. Snow is not paying attention. He's going to just storm himself and just leave the world in a very nice, exciting note. Now Snow need to, the battle is going across like this, which means Snow need to think about another base soon. He cannot just win the game with his 6 bases like this. Of course, he's trading well. Either he's mixing with Reavers, or he, take another base on this map. I guess he need to start to take the middle bases, the 3 o'clock, and the 9 o'clock. Zealots are way too far forward. He's gonna pull back. There's gonna be some great storm. He has seen the Lurker. He casts great storm on all of these units here. Great trades great trades, and he maintained the supply lead by doing some amazing storms. Snow is doing a great job. Look at the reinforcement from the left side. Dragoons along cannot cut it. There's got to be another storm. He could cast it. Actually, pay attention. He's going to try to cast a storm. That is a great storm, eating a lot of zonings in the process here. Snow has bled out all these Hydras. Look at this pool of blood for the Hydras. Snow is slowly moving backwards here, forcing the lurkers to deploy themselves and then moving the rest of the army across the bridge. He is doing some nice maneuver. And I guess that is going to be the end of these Dragoon forces. But Zelle have got on the high ground, and Snow will be sniping 2 hatcheries to 1. GG from Jaedong. Let's move on to the next set. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.